Hello, welcome to Herrera on Hollywood. My name is Steven Herrera. We talk about Blu-rays and DVDs here, and occasionally we talk about retailers. I wanted to give you a quick rundown on a pair of Blu-rays I picked up from the Vinegar Syndrome Friday the 13th sale. I don't recall Vinegar Syndrome having a sale like that before. I looked through the titles that were on sale and decided to purchase two of them. I had never heard of either of these titles before. They both fall under the category of regional horror. The first one is Berserker. It was released in 1987. It was also known as Berserker: The Nordic Curse. This Blu-ray plus DVD edition was released in 2019. It's an 85-minute horror film. It's a slasher. It was shot in Utah. It was directed by Jefferson Richard and written by Jefferson Richard, Joseph Kaufman, and Henning Schellerup. The tagline is "A Campfire Legend of Flesh-Eating Terror." I was interested in this title because I like the concept of it. 6 youngsters rent a cabin in the woods of Utah. They are warned about a series of killings, supposedly the result of a bear, but the youngsters decide to spend the night outdoors anyway. They get drunk and share stories about berserkers, legendary Viking warriors who wore bear skins and snouts. The youngsters start getting killed off one by a bear, but is it a bear or a berserker somehow transported to the 20th century? This film features actor Joseph Allen Johnson. I remembered him from the film Iced from 1988, which was directed by Jeff Whitney. I actually interviewed Jeff Whitney in one of my earlier videos. The aspect ratio is 1.85 to 1. The film is newly scanned and restored in 2K from its original 16mm camera negative. The special features include a family affair, a video interview with writer-director Jefferson Richard, Beware of Bears, a video interview with actor Joseph Allen Johnson, Valley Girl, a video interview with actress Shannon Engeman, audio interview with actor Mike Riley, who played the Berserker, and a stills gallery. So some nice special features on this Blu-ray release. The second title I picked up is Blood Harvest. It was shot in 1986 and released on January 1st, 1987. It was also released on video as Nightmare and The Marvelous Mervo. This Blu-ray plus DVD edition was released in 2018. It's about 88 minutes. It was shot in Wisconsin. It was directed by Bill Rebane. He made a lot of drive-in movies such as The Giant Spider Invasion from 1975. It's written by Chris Villar and William Arthur. They wrote the story. And Ben Benson and Leszek Brzezinski as Emil Joseph wrote the screenplay. The tagline is "A Cocktail of Vengeance and Lust." I was intrigued by this title because it features a clown character named Mervo, played by a well-known singer from the 60s named Tiny Tim. I had never heard of Tiny Tim. He was in the rarely seen movie You Are What You Eat from 1968. Last week I asked my mom if she had heard of Tiny Tim. She said yes. In fact, she saw Tiny Tim at an outdoor shopping center in Texas. He was carrying a ukulele wrapped in a newspaper. He is best known for his hit song Tiptoe Through the Tulips. The story in Blood Harvest is about a young woman named Jill Robinson, played by Atonia Salchek, who returns from college to her country hometown. she discovers that her parents are missing and her childhood home has been vandalized. Her father is the local banker who had overseen foreclosures on many of the local farms. The only person who seems happy to see Jill is Mervo. He is the eccentric older brother of her friend Gary, played by Dean West. Jill finds herself stalked, and her friends are killed one by a knife-wielding maniac wearing a stocking as a mask. One of the victims is Jill's boyfriend Scott, played by Peter Krause. This was his first movie. He was in the TV series 6 Feet Under, which was from 2001 to 2005. Suspicion falls on Marvelous Mervo, who wanders around the town in a clown suit and with a permanent grin painted on his face. He is perceived as the town crazy. Some people believe the killer isn't Mervo and that the real murderer is trying to set him up. I was curious about this movie because it has such a bizarre combination of elements. Mervo sings his own theme song during the end credits. I'm looking forward to listening to that. Blood Harvest has been released on disc by 3 different distributors prior to Vinegar Syndrome. But all of those releases on disc were edited versions of the film. The Blu-ray plus DVD edition from Vinegar Syndrome is significant because it's the US Blu-ray debut, and it's the first time the film has been released uncut, uncensored, and newly restored in 4K from its original camera negative. Also, it features the original opening and closing titles. The aspect ratio is 1.85 to 1. The special features include a brand new commentary track with producer and co-writer Leszek Berzinski. Every Critic Is Gonna Butcher It, an archival interview with Tiny Tim on Blood Harvest. Tiny Tim performance and raw interview footage from Niagara Falls from September 3rd, 1987. And a booklet with essay by Tiny Tim biographer Justin A. Martell. I'm very excited to watch this oddball slasher film. Oh, by the way, a trailer is not included on either of these Blu-ray releases. I will talk more about these films in separate videos, so stay tuned for those. Until next time, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and talk to you soon. Bye.